Hello and welcome to Explore Bio. RT-PCR is one of the most important techniques used for gene expression studies in molecular biology laboratories. I will give a brief overview of some of the most important terminologies used in RT-PCR. If you have not watched my video on RT-PCR, its types and working principles, I highly recommend you to first watch that. So let's get started. The number one in my list is a thermocycler. Never confuse a thermocycler with PCR, as most of us do. PCR means a polymerase chain reaction, which is a process, not an instrument. On the other hand, thermocycler is an instrument that provides an automated way of performing PCR at different temperatures. This is essential for carrying out PCR reaction, which involves denaturation, annealing, and extension temperatures. Thermocycler for RT-PCR is equipped with fluorescence detection system. The number two is CT value or threshold cycle. Here you must know about the baseline too. During initial PCR cycles, the fluorescence signal are weak to be detected appropriately. Baseline is the limit after which the fluorescence signal gets detected by the machine as a true signal. CT value or the threshold cycle is the PCR cycle at which the fluorescence signal is measured as significant for analysis. This can be adjusted by the user. If a researcher wants to study expression of multiple targets in a single PCR reaction, he can do so by using probes that are labeled with different fluorophore. This way, time, labor, and money all can be minimized. The number 4 in the list is housekeeping gene. It is very crucial if you are performing an RT-PCR experiment. It acts as an internal control. Housekeeping genes are the genes whose expression are constant across the different tissues or different conditions. Examples of housekeeping genes include actin, cyclophilin, GAPDH, etc. Sometimes two housekeeping genes are used as internal control for confirmation. But why a housekeeping gene is used? As RT-PCR is very sensitive to template concentration, and it is almost impossible to get identical amount of mRNA or cDNA template in all the samples to be compared. So here, housekeeping gene is used as internal control for normalizing the results while performing the RT-PCR. Number 5 in the list is normalization. In context of RT-PCR, the CT values of target gene is subtracted from CT values of internal control or the housekeeping to get the normalized result. It is a means of reducing the errors. The number 6 is a reporter dye or fluorophore. These are the molecules that excite upon UV stimulation and emits visible light when returns to the normal or the ground state. The term is known as fluorescence and forms the basis of detection and quantification of target genes in RT-PCR. Number 7 is a quencher. In TaqMan chemistry of RT-PCR, fluorescent probes are used. If you have watched my video on RT-PCR, you might know that TaqMan chemistry of RT-PCR uses fluorescent probes. A quencher molecule is also attached, which remains in the close proximity, absorb the fluorescence emitted by the fluorophore. It is only when the fluorophore frees itself from the quencher during the PCR amplification by the 5' to 3' exonuclease activity of the polymerase, fluorescence can be measured. Number 8 is a template. It can be an mRNA or a complementary DNA on which RT-PCR test is performed. Number 9 is NTC or a no template control. To check the presence of any template contamination in the reaction mixture, a reaction without template is also put along with other PCR reactions. Number 10 is a melt curve. A template dissociation program just after RT-PCR is done to check the presence of non-specific amplicons. The first curve you see is an ideal situation when you get amplification of only a target gene. In the second curve, multiple targets are amplified, seen as two peaks in the dissociation plot. Here one needs to redesign the primers. The number 11 in the list is standard curve. Graph of fluorescence obtained from serially diluted samples during the PCR amplification is plotted. This is used to determine the absolute quantity of the template in the sample. And the last one, the number 12, is relative expression, which means comparing the expression of a target gene among different samples. Please comment below what new you learned from this video. If you liked the video, do share the knowledge with the ones who might be interested to learn. Subscribe to get notified as soon as I upload the new video. Till then, stay connected with me.